And that's what's changed. They've carved out an exception so that, you know, the pot for the privileged is what Jeff Steinborn calls it. And he's right. So that's where we're at. And what I decided a little while ago was, you know what, about 2 years ago I looked at things and I just said, 3 years ago, whatever it was, and I just said, this ain't going the right way. And then this shit happened to Marty, and it was like, wow, they just handed me a gift. They just gave me standing. They just did all these things I never thought they would be stupid enough to do in the context of prosecuting a criminal case, which is ongoing. So we filed a civil suit in federal court knowing we were going to get kicked out. Then we filed it and refiled it in state court, and now we've got it at the state Supreme Court. And we're hoping we can keep it there. We're hoping they don't send us back down to the Court of Appeals and make us go up 2 more rungs. But if we stay at the state Supreme Court, we brief this issue of whether a state can tax marijuana when it remains illegal under federal law, and whether a state can tax you and ask you questions and make you fill out forms and shit when it remains illegal under federal law.
DOR forms?
And let me tell you, it remains illegal under federal law because I am defending kids and 20-year-olds. Jesus, I'm so old now, I'm calling 20-year-olds kids. Would somebody please fucking shoot me? At any rate, young folks are, I am one of a group of lawyers and we are at the Ninth Circuit right now on other appeal issues, but we are defending kids in Spokane that have been charged with crimes that can send them to prison for life. The rest of their lives for growing medical marijuana.
Ridiculous.
The guy admitted it on Judge Judy, so I'm in trouble. I have no defense when I'm in federal court. That hasn't changed. I have no defense. I can't tell the truth. They make me lie. They make my clients lie. They lie to the jury. This isn't justice. And right now, there is no justice. It's just us. Okay? It's just us. And it's what we're going to do, and it's whether we're going to fight or whether we're going to disappear and just get ground under. When I started this, people like Martin Martinez and Joanna McKee and Dale Rogers, they were willing to go to jail for patients. They were willing to go to jail. They were willing to say, they were willing to stand up and just say, hey, you know, fuck it. I'm doing this. I don't care. Come get me.
I went to jail too.
That's where we're at. That's where we're at again. If you want to help patients now and you want to keep doing what you're doing, I will fight with you. I will go to court with you. I will fight for her. I will fight, and I will dare a King County jury to put this woman in jail. And if they do, I'll cry along with the rest of you. But I don't believe a King County jury is going to put this woman, is going to convict this woman. And then I've got to, even if she got convicted somehow, I don't believe a judge would actually put her in jail. I just don't. If I'm wrong about that, well, I'm going to be wrong. But people have fought and died for this. People have fought and died for this. I know like 200 people plus that ain't here anymore that were involved in this, that I've been fighting for. You know, I fight because I care about what happens to people, because that's what it's really all about. If you get your head straight and you really understand what's going on, you know, the Dalai Lama says, and other guys like the Pope, you know, these religious leaders and stuff, some of them have their shit together sometimes. Sometimes. And when the Dalai Lama says that, you know, our main purpose in life is to serve others, well, you know, he's got a point there. You got to take care of people. We can't make it through this mess on our own.
Yeah, it's compassion.
And this is just, I have tried everything with these people. Believe me, I have tried reason. I have tried logic. Dr. Carter and I were sitting in Spokane having dinner saying, we've fought for 15 years, 17 years in courts. We've been in every county in the state just about on a case. And we're right back where we started from. He goes, how the fuck did this happen?
Greed and money.
And that's it.
That's just it right there.
It's greed and money, but it's not science, and it's not compassion, and it's not medicine. We got people calling us up from New York because Dr. Carter wrote a new paper for the Pain Management Journal, big fancy medical journal, rebranding cannabis as pain medicine for the 21st century or some shit. So now they start paying attention to cannabis as medicine. This guy's been screaming for 20 years, you know, if you just use cannabis first, you wouldn't kill all those people with opiates. Now we got a nationwide opiate epidemic. People are dying in droves. The guy's finally getting paid attention to, and they're wiping out medical cannabis in his own state, where he got it off the ground. Are you fucking kidding me?
The first state that they're taking medical.
Are you kidding me? And we're the only one. Colorado didn't do this. Oregon's not doing it. Nobody else is stupid enough to treat sick and dying people like this.
Individuals.
Montana was
That's all that it is.
By big 502.
It's just about money. It's the government. It's the government. Has, you know, the government has tax revenues they think they're going to get out of this, and
It
it's
comes down to
big
the
money.
502 lobbyists that hired these people that got it through. The 502 has better lobbyists than we do and much more money.
But what we have, and what I hope that we can eventually prevail on, is actually, frankly, the law. If you really understand what I'm doing, I have been fighting against the drug war my entire life. There are a series of federal laws that completely make it impossible for me to ever win, really, unless I get people like you to let people go in jury trials, and that's what I've been doing for 25 years. But we now have an ability to take all of that bad law that has been wiping us out federally, and we can now wipe the state of Washington out with that same law. We can go after them like we're the federal government. We can step into the federal government's shoes and go, all right, you guys are fucked. And that's what we need to do. Because that's the only way that we're going to survive, is if we defeat their money now. I have tried reason, I have tried logic, I have tried compassion, I have tried begging these people, begging. Kettle Falls 5, Dr. Carter and I both went November 30th, 2012. We begged them, begged the U.S. Attorney, begged them. No, those aren't super plants, you stupid motherfucker. There's no such thing as a super plant. That's a fucking indica, you dumbass. Anyway, the ignorance
That's what we're dealing
of
with.
these people is vast. They are stupid beyond belief on these issues. They are willfully ignorant. And they believe they're right and that they're doing God's work. You can't believe how bad it is. So we've tried everything else. Now, I'm fucking with their money.
And watch them squirm.
And now, if we can fuck with their money, maybe we can get somewhere. Maybe we can get real legalization. Maybe we can get the semblance of a real market for patients and to help sick and dying people and the people that help them. Maybe we can get there. Maybe we're not going to get wiped out. Maybe we can turn on the brink of defeat. You know, maybe we can do that. Maybe we can turn and burn here. They don't see this coming. They don't. They're not paying attention to it. They think we're nuts. Oh, great. That's great. Let's just sneak up on them and hit them in the back of the head. I'd love it.
Well, they do it
But
to
the
us.
cases are going to get bigger, and they're going to start getting some attention. And if the Supreme Court takes this case and they move to decide it, the next step is the U.S. Supreme Court. I eliminated federal court when I went there first. So you have got a real mess coming for these folks if we can make this happen. The case that Marty was talking about, I have a couple different cases going, and there are going to be some more going. This is why I'm asking for money. When I do criminal cases, I can do those almost for free. And I have, for 25 years, done a whole shitload of them for free. Because they were for patients, because they mattered, because we were trying to get somewhere. But it's my labor that I can donate, and that's really all it takes.
And Cindy.
And Cindy, and a little bit of money. And I can do criminal cases on the cheap and still keep the lights on. Civil cases are a different matter. They can send me into the ground. They can run me around. They can do depositions. They can force me to get experts I don't need. All sorts of silly shit can happen in a civil case. That's what I'm engaged in now, is civil litigation. I've sued them in federal court. I've sued them in state court. I'm getting ready to do it again. We're going to file a bunch of different lawsuits, not just one. We'll file one lawsuit in federal court on behalf of Dr. Carter. I'm positive about that. And then we'll probably file another lawsuit against the city of Seattle for their ordinance, which got signed this week, which takes effect in 30 days, which fucking blows. Okay? It blows. It's an unconstitutional piece of shit. And I want to take it out. So we're going to do that. Aaron Pelly, myself, Jeff Steinborn, and any other lawyers that want to jump on board and help us out are certainly welcome. We're going to do that, and then we'll probably go back in and sue the state on behalf of patients and dispensary owners on the taxes and on the regulatory system that 5052 is putting in. I don't know, there's no guarantees of winning. A tax case that's already up on appeal is probably the best shot to wipe everything out because it would take away the state's motive to do anything.
No, that's not the GoFundMe.
And that's not the GoFundMe. But the GoFundMe cases need money too. I don't care what you donate to or for or why, because all of these cases are important. They all need to be funded. It's just the tax case is the number one.
It's a little bit ahead of the other one.
It's ahead of the others. So, I'm writing the lawsuits. The law has to take effect first, and we have to be able to schedule the injunction motions and all that crap. So, things will go slow in terms of the way we feel about things. But what Satterberg did when he made his announcement was he basically changed the rules. He changed up on us. He backed away from an interpretation that he had told me and Aaron Pelly and we had told y'all and everybody organized, and now he said, well, I've changed my mind. That's where you cry havoc and let slip the dogs of war, because now the cops know that he's open for business again for prosecuting y'all. So now, got to be ready to fight. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know when they're going to do it. They're certainly not going to call me up and tell me. Our relationships in that way are over. We're going to start fighting again. I got an email from Mr. Satterberg who said that he felt he had been convinced that he had to do this to protect the new law. And I'm like stunned, because I'm like, dude, you have never gone against patients in your career. I'm going to go meet with them. I'm going to try and talk about it, this silliness, but I think they got to him, and I think, I'm going to go fuck myself. So I think it's on. And I think the question is, can they beat us in court? And I didn't think they could beat us in court when I took these cases to court, and they dismissed them because they were afraid of them. And I don't think there's any reason to believe that we can't win the same cases right now. So I'm going to shut up. I'm going to be here for more minutes.